Good morning and welcome to a travel review. This is the first one of these I've done. Today I'm going to be going to Southampton by bus and also on the way back by train, and I'm going to be comparing which is better, the bus or the train. I think the train's going to win, but if the bus has like really comfortable seats or something, then maybe that will win. I don't know, but got to wait for the next bus now at 12:14 and I'll get on it. And our journey begins. Starting from the rather poetically run-down Winchester bus station, we begin to make our way through the back roads of the city. Did you know Winchester is one of the most historic cities in England, the oldest recorded pub in the world? Royal Oak opened officially in 1677, but its beginnings are traceable back to the 10,000s.
Time for a seat review. The headrest contains a plush soft leather material with the side section sharing this. The lower seat contains a firmer leather but still just as comfortable. Legroom is fantastic, even for a table seat. Table is standard but walled sides are a helpful addition. The seats come in a fixed recline position with ribbing down the centre for extra comfort. There's a reading light per seat which is a nice touch, and in the case of mine, an intercom speaker as well. Wireless charging pads are included as well, which is very modern.
As we were just moving out of the city centre, we faced traffic due to this commercial bin lorry. However, I wasn't expecting the delay to be quite so long. Not sure what his favourite beer is. Maybe Bin Day IPA. At long last we finally hit the open road. Our peak speed here was around 65 miles per hour. Not too bad for a bus. It was around halfway through filming this clip that I experienced the notorious bus ride quality, as you'll see coming up. As seen in the last clip, traffic and council housing signifies our arrival into Chandler's Ford, our main intermediary stop for this journey. Glued flooring, certainly not a good sign. And just like that we arrive at what I now know as our terminus, West Quay Shopping Centre. I've just come off the Bluestar one, and yeah, it was good. However, I wasn't too impressed with it because what happened is the bus route finished, but there was no indication of this bar, it was like a simple beep. There was no intercom saying it finished or anything like that, so I ended up staying on it for like a few minutes of the number 4 route until I realised, oh shit, this isn't the number 1 route anymore. forward, so that was almost quite disastrous then, so I wasn't too impressed with that. The seats though, incredible comfortable. They were very comfortable to sit on even for ages, and the tables were a nice addition as well. Price was good. I think it could have well, no, to be fair, £6 I think is fair for an hour's long journey on the bus, and it was good. The ride quality though was absolutely horrific. Like, there was constant bumping around. I was trying to do some of my college work on it. It was a bit hopeless at times, but for the most part the ride quality was fairly good, but there were times when it was so awful. It was another level. And time efficiency, not too good. I mean, that journey can be done in half an hour on a train, and so when you're considering that, and the train's £5 for my evening out single, that's not too good. So yeah, we'll see how the train fares up. I mean, it's got a lot to live up to in terms of the seat comfort, but in terms of ride quality and time efficiency, I think it will trump it there, but we'll see. I'm quite hungry now, so I'm going to go and get some food, go to the toilet, because there isn't one on the bus. That's another thing that the train has that the bus doesn't, is a toilet. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, time to get a meal deal and relax in this park for a bit. One factor I did neglect to mention there was ease of access. Now, I was quite impressed with this. There was a lot of spacing between the seats. There was a wheelchair space down below, and it was generally very easy to walk around and get to where you wanted to get to, sitting down and all that. So yeah, I was quite impressed with the ease of access. However, the fact it doesn't have a toilet, if you have any problems within that area, then it's going to be an issue for you. But generally speaking, the ease of access was pretty good there. Guys, so I am now at Southampton Central Station, waiting for the 4:30 train to get me back to Winchester. There is a train at 3:55 though that terminates at Winchester, so that may be a better bet, so I'm going to see if I can get on that. If not though, it'll be the one at 4:30, but yeah, there's around 9 minutes till that one arrives, so I'm going to try and get on that, just because now I'm in the station, there's not really much point waiting around much longer, so may as well get that train. So the London Waterloo service that I would have gotten on to get myself to Winchester would have been likely in a class 444, but this I think will be in a Sprinter because it's much less journey time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this service going today to Southampton Airport Parkway, Eastleigh, Shawford, Winchester. Anyone going to Shawford, you need to be in the front four.
As you heard there, this is the 15:55 service to Winchester. Ours is unusually a stopping service. This route would usually be served by an express service running non-stop to Winchester, something to bear in mind when planning this journey yourself. Reaching the suburbs of Southampton, we begin to pick up some speed as we approach the airport. We pass St Denis, a limited service station for SWR. It's at this point that I must mention first class is available on this and pretty much all of South Western Railway's services. However, for any journey less than an hour, I wouldn't bother shelling out. This route is very scenic with lots of shrubbery to look at throughout the whole journey. It's almost worth going on a stopping service just so you're able to take it all in.
That's the reason I need to get in the car.
Time for a toilet tour. Water, soap and hand dryer work as intended. Time for another seat review. Each bay of two contains a plug socket by the window seat.
Synthetic seats are rather springy and firm, but this faux leather headrest is very nice. The table is large and could accommodate several standard sized laptops. Our final calling point, on time. As we pick up some speed, let me give you some history of this line. South Western Railway own the South Western franchise, and as an organisation is relatively new, taking over the South Coast mainline routes in mid-2017. They replaced the old South West trains, who I accidentally mentioned once or twice in this video. South West Trains was owned by bus giant Stagecoach. As you can imagine, due to this fact, they were very unreliable, often cancelling trains at the last minute. We are now arriving at our terminus in Winchester, with a rather alarming announcement.
When you get off the train, if you find yourself locked in on the train, please do not try any emergency equipment. We'll come through and let you off at the local door. Thank you.
Right, so I am now back at Winchester Park, where I started the journey, and I'm going to wrap things up here. So, in terms of ride quality, I think definitely the train takes the cake. Very smooth throughout, a little bit joltiness at times, but nothing like the vibrations you get on the bus with the happening pretty frequently, especially whenever there's a pothole. So definitely the train takes the cake with ride quality. In terms of seat comfort, I think that the Bluestar gets that very, very comfortable seats. I could almost fall asleep in them. They're amazing seats compared to the South West trains, South Western Railway ones, which were okay, but the syntheticness of them was just a bit uncomfortable at times. So definitely Bluestar takes the cake with the seat comfort. In terms of time efficiency, I'll give that to South Western Railway. That took me 35 minutes with a 7-minute delay compared to what would have been about an hour on the bus. So definitely time efficiency, that is South Western Railway for that one. And ease of access, I would give that to South Western Railway as well. There's a lot more space to move around, although the bus has pretty good ease of access compared to the actual train. There's nothing like the accessible toilets, the handrails to walk around if you're disabled, the guidance, the braille writing. So definitely South Western Railway wins in accessibility or ease of access. In terms of price, I paid £5 for an evening out single. That's basically any time after 3:30. And for my single to Southampton with Bluestar, that was £6. So it was more expensive. That might be because of the seat and it being more comfortable in terms of the seat. But personally, I'd think that the South Western Railway represents a better product, better value for money. So yes, if I was doing this journey again, I would consider Bluestar for the seats. And of course, they've got the monopoly on intermediate stops. But in terms of strictly just going to Southampton and back, I would definitely go with South Western Railway next time, both ways, because it's so much quicker. Yes, the seats aren't as comfortable, but that's fully made up for in terms of ride quality. I mean, they are worlds apart. Like, you could fall asleep on that train. I don't think you could fall asleep on the bus. It's just too jolty and vibrating so much. So yes, whilst the seat isn't quite as good, because the ride quality is so good, it doesn't really matter that much. So definitely South Western Railway wins with this one. And so if I'm going to give them scores out of 10, South Western Railway on this journey around a 7.5, and the Bluestar bus, I'll give them around a 6. It was average because the seats were good, but there wasn't a lot else that was good, and I wasn't impressed with that conundrum with getting off the bus either. I think that should have been made a lot more clear where the terminus was. I think definitely that South Western Railway wins this and is the better option if you're travelling between Winchester and Southampton. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know, because I may do more of these. I'm thinking of maybe doing one involving the Isle of Wight, and there's an international one I could do as well, So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know and I will do those extra ideas I have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.